Let's get back to the work. Now we will start services. What is a service in Angular, and how can use these services, and how we can use the built-in services that are available using Angular. So what is a service? A service in Angular written using a TypeScript is simply a class. It is nothing other than a class, but it acts as a reusable data access point. If you want to share some information between different components, then you need a class. You will write that code into a class, and you will import that class into your component to get the value. In real world application, we will access the data from external data source via these services. So services actually interact with our REST APIs or third party REST APIs, and after interacting with the third party APIs, the data will be provided to our components using these services. No component will directly access to third party APIs or our own server side. We need to access the same data and its operation in multiple components. We need a single reusable data access point, and this can be implemented as a service in Angular. This is an example. This is actually all our components, and they want to access some information from our REST API. So in this case, what these components are calling a user service, and that service is actually calling an HTTP service that is a built-in service, and it is getting request and response from our REST API. And same for the authentication, we are calling another service, that is auth service, and against that service it is also calling basically HTTP service to get some information from the server. So this HTTP service is a built-in service, and our services are calling this HTTP service, and our components are calling to these services which we have created. So this is the hierarchy with which our Angular application works. REST API is actually directly connected to the HTTP service, and this HTTP service is being called by our created service, and this service is injected into our components, and then the components will display that data. This is an example, a simple service in which we are not calling any external service. We have created reusable functions that can be called by any of the component. We have to inject that service into the component, and after injecting the component into the component, that service and the functions of that services will be available to the component. There are many built-in services, just like a location service which provides the basically browser's location, just like windows.location, in which we find we can go forward or backward history, we can find the history, etc. So same type of service is available with the name location in Angular. And to access any third-party information outside the world, we need a package, that is HTTP, that is built-in installed with the service with the Angular application. We can call this HTTP service, and specifically HTTP client service. HTTP is actually a complete package, and the service that is being used to access the client application, the server application, is actually HTTP client service. So we will use HTTP client service to connect to our REST API and to get data back. Let's see an example of this thing. This is our own service, and we have created this service using ngg service and the name of the service. For example, in this case I have provided the name with the data. So it has created a file, .ts file, service.ts file with this class. Now what we have to do in it, we have to import HTTP client module from an Angular common HTTP. So HTTP is actually a complete package, and from that we are calling a service HTTP client. And the second step is we are injecting that service into our service. This is basically a built-in service, and we are injecting this service into the constructor of our service. So by doing this HTTP service is available to us. Now into the method, what we are using, this dot HTTP. This HTTP is the part of our class now. So we can get all the methods of this HTTP service, HTTP client service. So this dot HTTP dot get, and we are providing the URL to get the information from our REST service. So it will return us the information available at this URL. So this is the way with which we can call our REST API using HTTP client service. These are other methods. We can send the get request, we can send the post request. For the post request, we have to provide the URL, we have to provide the variables which need to be posted to the server, and we are providing HTTP options. HTTP option has been declared here, in which I have defined a header which says that the data which I am passing to the server is of JSON type. So that is only header. We can provide other headers just like our authorization bearer header, and we can provide other header just like any other header cross platform, for example access control or other headers. We can provide it in our header options. So we are passing that header options along with post, put and delete. So HTTP client service provides us 4 methods. We can call any of those methods that are get, put, post and delete, and we will apply this according to our need. So this is how we create our own service, and we call basically HTTP service to access the data from our REST API or any other REST API. Next concept is dependency injection. Dependency injection is actually a way to supply dependencies to a specific class. Normally, these dependencies are services most of the time. A way to supply dependency services most of the time to classes, other services or component. So in this case, if we need our component need some service, that service will be injected into the constructor of my component. By putting that into my constructor, we are creating a dependency injection. In this way, this component will contain all the functionalities that this service has. So it can call any method of this service to get some data from that service. So this is the way with which we can provide the dependency injection. Now see programming example. A programming example is so simple. In this case, we are putting HTTP service into my constructor of my class. This is an example. Now all the methods of HTTP will be available to us. Same, I'm providing another example. In this case, we have added our own service that has been that we have created data service. We're injecting it into a component with the name underscore data. Now that the underscore data service is available with this dot underscore data dot, any method of that service can be called using your this dot underscore data. So this is the way out with which we inject a complete class into another class, and we get the functionality of all the functions. We can call all the functions of that class, and this can be possible for the services as well as any components or any other such classes which we have already declared. Then the last concept of today's class is the pipe. Pipe is the way out to convert, to chain the input. It takes an input and provides the output. Angular has some built-in pipes. You can create your own pipe, but Angular has some built-in pipes, just like currency pipe. You can apply this currency pipe, and it will convert this value into $sign USD currency format. Then you can convert any information, any string, into a date format if it is applicable. So what we are doing, we are providing the date, then a pipe signal, then the type of pipe which we want to apply, and we are defining its default value. So by default, date will be in the short time format. Only the short time format will be extracted from this. Same, we can apply the decimal pipe. In this, we are defining that we want to see this number into this way out. We can apply the JSON pipe. The input variable will be converted into a JSON variable. Same uppercase and lowercase pipes can be used. Same percentage pipes can be used. You can apply and you can see the numbers into percentage. There are some more pipes, just like slice pipe. It will slice out an array. We will provide a starting index and the ending index. It will pick the element 2, 3 and 4. It will leave 0. It will pick from 1 and 2 and 3 index, and it will slice these three elements and provide you an array as a return. Same, we have async pipe. Async pipe is normally used when we use observables. So let's wait till the next lecture, where I will explain the concept of observables and how observables are used in our application. In that case, I will also explain the async pipe, how it can perform the activity and how it can help us to return a specific latest value of from a variable, from an observable. So the async pipe subscribes to an observable and or promise and returns the latest value it has emitted. When a new value is emitted, the async pipe marks the component to be checked for changes. When the component gets destroyed, the async pipe automatically unsubscribe itself to avoid any memory leakages. So this is async pipe that can be used with observables. And the last pipe is the key value pair. For example, we are using a for loop, and we are picking an element of from an array, like just like let item of object, and we are piping it to the key value pipe. So how it will impact, it will convert an item into key and value. You can now print the keys also, you can print the values also. So item dot key, item dot value, it will convert the array index into keys and array values as the values. So this is the way out with which you can print the keys and values also in your array. So this is all from today's lecture. Now we will do the practical part of this lecture in the third part of our task. So let's meet in third part.